Well, hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar on future-proofing student laundry. I'm Hannah Forbes, third generation family member here at Forbes, and I head up our marketing and brand management. I'm joined today by Laura Spearing, who manages our business development. In case you've got this far and you don't know, Forbes Professional specializes in providing comprehensive laundry and appliance solutions. So we work with a wide range of sectors across the UK, helping clients to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and enhance the user experience. Today, we thought we'd really hone in specifically on student laundry, just leveraging from our experience of working with universities and purpose-built student accommodation providers as well. And we really want to delve into what are some of the biggest challenges in student laundry and the latest trends, and how sustainable innovations can significantly reduce energy usage, which is a key driver at the moment. We'll also look to cover the role of contactless payment systems and the benefits of a fully comprehensive rental solution, and our award-winning service support. So hopefully, whether you're looking to upgrade your facilities or improve sustainability, just want to make the laundry process easier for your students, this is something that should be able to really add some value. So, and here we are, student laundry. Obviously, that's a core focus area for you. It's been a key growth area for the business. So really want to kind of draw upon your experience with your feet very firmly on the ground, literally often, within this industry. So what would you say really are the kind of specific challenges, first of all, that universities and PBSAs face when it comes to laundry facilities?
Absolutely. I think that the challenges have actually changed over the time that I've worked here, and we're sort of experiencing new challenges every day, really. But I think sort of the way that students communicate nowadays has changed over the last few years. So their opinions, their feedback are very, very visible to us via social media. And actually, it's something that we embrace because it means that we can gain feedback directly from the horse's mouth, so to speak, and make changes and adapt our offering to suit the students and what their needs are in that moment in time. I think student expectations have definitely got higher over the last few years. The innovations in student laundry have been keeping up with that, but overall the student experience is something that we need to make sure that we are sort of ticking every box, because if we don't, then obviously we get the feedback and we can make those changes. I do think that one of the biggest changes and challenges has also been keeping up with the expectations that students have nowadays around technology advances. And you may not think that that's sort of very viable in a laundry environment. However, actually, there are some real key sort of innovations that have come about recently, whether it be heat pump technology for your dryers, which will obviously save energy, innovations in terms of contactless payment systems and app-based payment systems, which students are very much embracing because obviously they are keen to keep up with modern technology. So from our point of view, it's been about sort of this shift in payment systems from a old coin mechanism from years ago to contactless top-up cards, which caused issues in themselves, to then sort of contactless payments, to now this new app innovation. I do also think that in this time at the moment, students are so focused on sustainability and their carbon footprint, as they should be. I think this generation is far more conscious of those things. So there is absolutely an expectation for us to make sure that we are providing the most sustainable solutions. And these things have been included in the conversations that we are having with the universities, which is really, really refreshing. So, these challenges for us are to ensure that we're working with partners who are, mirroring our sustainability values. And that's really, really key to us. But we've noticed that it's a real key focus for the students as well, which is fantastic. One thing I would say is that our sort of comprehensive rental solution that we give the universities is able to sort of tick off a lot of these boxes, because we are gaining feedback from both the students and from the student accommodation managers, the people on site who are there every single day, and providing that sort of account management key relationship that we build is absolutely fundamental in making sure that that student experience is absolute key in every single decision making that we do.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I think that's, you've really drilled into kind of where we can add value and how we've had to be incredibly agile in our offering. But I think it's absolutely critical that there's been a seismic shift towards more sustainable approaches. And that's huge and important to us. And I think our partnership, specifically with Mila, enables us to deliver huge value in that regard. I mean, maybe could you kind of expand a bit upon that and how that relationship enables us to really reduce energy usage specifically?
Yeah, of course. So it's a very different laundry environment to what we're looking at even sort of 5 years ago. So what we're attempting to do with the help of Mila and their heat pump technology is educate the universities and the student accommodation providers about the decisions that they're making today and how that's going to impact them, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, and the full life cycle of these appliances. And I think, the Miele heat pump technology is absolutely key for us because we're able to offer this energy efficient, user friendly machine that is going to future proof the university from their decision making point of view.
100%. I mean, I think it reduces up to 65% in energy consumption, doesn't it, compared to other alternatives?
Absolutely, and that's vital. So when you look at sort of going back to what we were talking about before with the student experience, if universities are able to make these conscious decisions that they're going to save money on energy, it's a financial benefit to the university as well as a sustainable one. So that money that they're saving from making these energy efficient decisions goes back to the students, it goes back to their student experience. So it's all sort of full cycle in that user experience decision making process, really.
And I think it's about looking beyond the procurement costs and really making sure that our clients do look at the running costs as well, because sometimes the more energy efficient machines may not be the cheapest alternative, but you have to look at the bigger picture. And I think that's something you're very good at kind of impressing upon clients. It goes beyond that.
To be honest, I think it's a conversation that every single person should be having with their clients because, as I mentioned before, the decisions that they're making today are going to impact them for the life cycle of that machine. So it's not just about, the short-term fix, this is going to be cheaper. In the long-term, 10-year period that you may have those appliances, what is the impact going to have on your energy bills? How's that going to look? So,
and on the planet as well. I mean, essentially, we've all got this shared responsibility. And I think that's something that really resonates when we're tendering for new business. With everyone having increasing responsibilities with regards to ESG, we really have to evidence our progress in that regard when it comes to everything from our ED&I, our health and safety policies, our waste management policies, all areas. And it really has to be, it's a case of not only ensuring that you've got the right processes in place internally, but looking at your entire supply chain. And that's what we're doing, but that's also what our clients are doing. So it really matters to them what we're doing. And even beyond that, in terms of corporate social value. So we really need to be able to deliver social value within our contracts. And I think that's been, there's been huge progress made within that area recently. So in terms of other value, obviously, Laura, you touched upon our payment solutions. Obviously, things have moved on considerably from when it was coin-fed machines, and then there was an exploration of the student top-up cards, which, well, frankly, that was a bit clunky in terms of the refund process. Could you just expand a bit more as to where we're at now when it comes to payment solutions and how we're delivering value in that regard?
Absolutely. I think it's really exciting time, actually, that things have moved on so far, really. And we've chosen to partner with Airwallet. And Airwallet creates a choice for the client. So you can either have a wall-mounted contactless payment system or an app-based payment system, which obviously offers flexibility for the client and the students so they can choose how they want to make the payment. In terms of user experience, both systems offer a very, very simple process. But the app-based process allows the students to obviously enter their information. It's a very, very simple step-by-step process where they are literally just picking the number of the machine that they need, making a swipe on the app itself and making a payment. So from user experience, it's incredibly simple to use, but also there's some major benefits within the app itself. So it's multilingual for international students. It also has, it's enabled for an in-app troubleshooting system. So if a student has made a payment and it hasn't quite connected, or there's something that's gone wrong, or they haven't closed the door, the app itself will actually talk to the student and talk them through the troubleshooting process, asking them questions of, have you done this? Have you done that? So it allows the student a very, very easy step-by-step guide to ensure that they have covered off all of the things that they need to do in order to make that payment. So it really is sort of making great advances in terms of how the students can use the machines and how simple it is for them to make the payments. So it's been fantastic.
I think you're exactly right. And I think it's a key friction point historically, the payment process, in terms of for the user, the client, and also the service provider. It can involve a lot of communication, toing and froing. So it's about just keeping things as simple and as smart as they can be. Really about increasing flexibility around that, making it more the usability side of things, and the digitalization, because ultimately that's the way things are moving now, and just keeping in line with the latest advances, isn't it, really?
And just to sort of touch on the Airwallet system as well, what it also enables is a portal system as well. So the actual the hall managers themselves, or whoever may be managing that system, can go in and look at the revenue that's been generated, can look at the users, how that has been improved, or whether that's an increase or a dip, and we can use that as well to our advantage too, to obviously offer things like coupons and happy hour, and certain things that could be exciting for the students in general that can engage through that process on Airwallet.
And I think the fact that remotely the students can have eyes on the machines that are free before they actually go down to the laundry room, that reduces another key friction point. They're not waiting around when they get down there. They know that they can see that the machine's actually going to be available when they get down there with their laundry.
It also actually kind of enables remote booking as well. So once they've connected to the machine once, they can be up in their room and they can use the app to notice whether a machine is free, and they may want to book that for an hour later and know that when they go down, that machine is reserved for them. So it saves them sort of to and fro of going up and down, or not being sure whether, taking all their laundry down and bringing it back, etc. So it just really does simplify the process.
I think it's a really key advance in that regard. Yeah. Whilst we're kind of talking about digitalization and things moving in a smarter direction, another thing that's potentially going to revolutionize things from a service strategy perspective for us is the connected laundry movement. So maybe you could kind of expand a bit as to the direction things are heading in that regard.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So obviously, in the past, it's been very much the responsibility of the people on site to report faults. And whilst we also do annual preventative maintenance checks, and we very much are on site and have a close relationship with our clients, any fault reporting is down to the people on site. The Connect allows us to actually see if there are any it connects to the machine to allow us to see if there has been any downtime on the machine. It sends us push notifications if there is a fault and can identify what that fault is. So it will show an error code and how we can check that, and obviously create a service call to fix the problem. But I think why that is so key is obviously it allows us here at head office as well to look at issues that may be coming up. So if there is a constant issue of the same machine, of the same fault, we know that needs to be repaired or replaced. So we don't always need to involve the actual client themselves and bother them in their busy day. We can actually look at it and prevent that from happening in the future.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's just a new level of kind of proactivity and preventative maintenance. Obviously, preventative maintenance is multifaceted, and that's a big part of what we do, which actually we should expand upon now, really. That leads us into the next question. Obviously, our service is multi-award winning, and we're really proud of our first-time fix rates, incredibly proud of our response times. Can you just maybe embellish as to what you think, with your feet on the ground, is what it is that makes Forbes stand out when it comes to our service provision?
Yeah, absolutely. I think probably from day dot, it's the relationship that we create with our clients. So you will always have a key account manager who will look after you and be responsible for you and obviously nurture that relationship. So it's all about that key open conversations that we're able to have, an open communication. So from those initial conversations that we do have, we then have site surveys. So it is about sort of the ongoing communication, because not all installs are as simple as taking out one machine and putting in another. As we know, a site's requirements can change. In a student environment, student numbers can change. So it's about having those conversations about what the specific requirements will be, making sure we've got somebody on site that can check that the conversations that I'm having, perhaps in the head office in the initial stages, are actually a feasible solution for the university on the ground based on the services and the space and all of those things that they have. So we always try and do those site surveys at quite an early stage, because the pre-planning and all of that process then obviously follows.
We can help with everything from the CAD designs. We can produce those. Yeah.
So leading on from those site surveys, as you've mentioned, it's then about doing CAD drawings. It's then about the design and making sure that we have a really fixed, planned installation process, which again we work with the clients for. So if they give us a specific time scale, or for example, again in a student environment, if they're wanting us to install when the students aren't there, making sure that obviously we're able to fit in those, when it's not term time and the students aren't on site, and sort of generally having all of those conversations to ensure that it's a seamless install. I think I touched on this just a minute ago, but that sort of proactive and reactive maintenance service, really. So we do preventative maintenance checks on all of our appliances. We also have client services managers that go out on site. So one of our team, Paul Quinn, is often out on site all the time, just going and having those conversations with our customers on the ground, as well as the account managers as well. So really that's sort of a additional layer of service that we're able to provide, that not only have you got account manager that is here at head office able to resolve issues, but somebody else that is out in the field as well.
I think that preventative maintenance approach is something that truly does reduce machine downtime, because we can be proactive before a fault actually arises. And in terms of optimizing the machines through duct cleaning and everything else, these are all things that we can deliver.
Yeah, and these are things that we obviously, again, liaise with our client for. So we can put in these times and dates and have these preventative maintenance checks already booked in, which, as you say, does prevent downtime on machines. It's absolutely key for us to make sure that we're able to do those things. I think alongside that, from a service point of view, just sort of the additional steps that we can take as well is we're very focused on the end user. So from a service point of view, we're looking at who is going to be using this machine day to day. Is it going to be the students? Is it going to be on-site staff? How does that look? And offering training around that. So that can be, custom signage.
Yeah, that's from our marketing perspective. That's something we really do work with the account managers and collaboratively with the clients to deliver a signage, whether it's digital or poster signage, that's tailored to their particular needs. And as you say, whether that's communicating to an end user or to staff operatives, in which case it would be a different type of communication, but we'll tailor that to the specific install. And I think that really does help in terms of minimizing user issues and ensuring that the machines are fully optimized. And it gives us an opportunity to reinforce the more eco-friendly user functions within that, which is really important.
Yes. Absolutely. And I think that, again, just having that relationship and the feedback from, the student accommodation managers who perhaps say, well, maybe we need additional signage around this, or can we communicate in a different way to our students? And every site that we work with tends to have a different way of communicating to their students. And that's great, because, again, we learn more from, doing the additional signage and how we can expand on how we relay information back. So it's always really, really positive from that side of things. And I think it's always quite exciting where we're creating new signage and creating an image for that laundry room that's specific to that site. It's not sort of all the same rolled out for everybody.
I think you mentioned, our account managers, and I think what's absolutely crucial and hugely beneficial is the fact that we have incredible staff retention levels here. So all of our account managers have worked with us for some years. I mean, you've been here for how many years? How many years have you been here?
9 years now. But
yeah, 9 years. I think on average, most of the account managers have been here for about 18 years. Yeah. And it's that really in-depth industry knowledge, but also company knowledge. And everyone is truly invested in what we do. And I think it's about when people sign up for a contract with us, they actually do journey with the same account manager throughout that contract. And that consistency of service, consistency of the contact, makes a big difference to them in terms of their experience, I think.
I think it's nice when we go to trade shows or we go and see our customers and we have the same clients that come back to us time and time again and know us all personally. And, we can talk about families and we can talk on a personal level as well as a business level, which just makes it feel really familiar, because I think having those relationships in place means that they can be honest with us, they can give us honest feedback, we can work together to find solutions. And I think that that's, a real unique point to us. I don't think there's many companies that can say that they have staff that have been here for this amount of time.
No, I mean, actually, across the board, just we slightly digress, but we've now got 37 members of staff that have been with us for over 30 years. I mean, that is really quite something. We've got a lot of people that actually have dedicated their entire careers to us. And I think, it is all about that. It is all about, it's a family business that's been running we're in our centenary year. We are still delivering the same kind of family company values throughout the organization. And genuinely, our clients can rely upon us when it comes to the service support that they need. I think we are renowned for that for a reason, aren't we, really?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's testament, as you say, that next year it's be 100 years. I don't think that the business would have been running for this amount of time if we weren't offering that exceptional service. So I think that kind of says it all.
Yeah. So Laura, in terms of kind of recapping what we've said, I think we've covered everything off in quite some depth. But just briefly, sustainability, that's absolutely key. Our partnership with Miele, that's fundamental really to where we're positioned at the moment within the market and what we're really driving. The heat pump dryers enable considerable energy savings, and that's a real consideration for student laundry. The payment solutions, it's about a one-step payment system, simple, fast, efficient. And our award-winning service support, it really does have to be delivered in a way that our clients can depend upon it. So I guess if they've got any more questions, it's down to they can contact you directly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd love to hear from people. So if anybody has got any questions or, I'm happy to take feedback on the things that we've discussed today, or if anybody's got any other ideas or information that we would find useful, then absolutely get in contact. I think after this, you're going to put an overlay up with all of my contact details on. So please do get in touch with me. Yeah.
That's right. So we'll put an overlay here now with all of Laura's contact details and also just a link to our website and all of our various social platforms. Do engage with us on our website. We've got blogs that are regularly updated, lots of industry-specific information there, as well as on social. If you are watching this on social, do give us a like, give us a comment, and share it with your peers and industry contacts. We hope it's been of value, and thanks for watching.